Hi, entrepreneur! Have you ever been in a situation when you are running Facebook ads to your online course, but you're just not making any sales? So frustrating, isn't it? And I know that situation all too well, both from my own experience and from the many clients that I've worked with. And I'd like you to know two things. Number one, you're not alone. 80% of Facebook ad campaigns start out as a failure, and then they improve later on. And based on that, point number two is that there's a lot we can do about those underperforming campaigns. So if you're in for a little bit of work, let's roll up our sleeves and talk about the 5 reasons why nobody's buying your online course from your Facebook ads and what can we do about it. Let's dive in. I'm Yulia Storok. I'm a Facebook ad strategist from zenfulmarketing.com and the creator of online course on how to generate leads and sales with Facebook ads. It's the foundational course for coaches, consultants, and online course creators. So if you're ready to grow your business with Facebook ads, then you're in the right place. Be sure to hit the red subscribe button and the bell icon, and let's dive into today's topic. Reason number 1 why nobody might be buying your online course from your Facebook ads is not enough nurturing. In order to buy an online course from us, our audience needs to know, like, and trust us. And that happens through a process called nurturing. And the nurturing process can happen in many different ways. It can happen via your organic content and the interactions that you have with your audience, via the comments, direct messages, and so on. It can happen via a funnel where people receive emails from you. They might be watching training videos with you. Maybe it's a webinar or a workshop, a live challenge. That's another example. A live launch is a nurturing process where people get to know, like, and trust you in a very short amount of time, usually about 2 weeks, and they get to learn a lot about your product, and they get to make an informed decision about whether they want to buy or not. So usually when we see the situation where there are no sales coming through the ads, that's one of the first things we want to look at is there enough nurturing in the conversion process as we have it? Because what often happens is people make the mistake of, for example, driving audience directly from a Facebook ad straight to their course sales page, and there is no nurturing happening in between whatsoever. And typically the online courses, unless it's a super tiny mini course, right, it typically costs about $50, above $100, it could cost $500, it could even cost $2,000, right? There are courses that the prices run the gamut. And for most people, that's not an impulsive decision to make. And if that's the first time they've seen our ad, we haven't done our job nurturing that person in order for them to buy from us. So here it's about selecting the correct Facebook ad strategy that will allow for enough nurturing to happen so that the leads entering your funnel or just audience who are seeing your course can make an informed decision and they can get to know, like, and trust you along that conversion process. So that would typically mean going from a direct to offer ad strategy where you're sending people directly to a sales page to going to an ad strategy where you have a funnel involved or a live launch involved. And also, the higher is your price point of your course, the more of those nurturing touch points your audience will typically need, and the more intimate those touch points will need to be. Okay, did that come out a little bit creepy? All right, well, let's just say a live webinar where you get to talk to a live person and to see them interact with you in the moment is a much more intimate experience than just a series of emails that you get after signing up for something. So in order to fix this situation, make sure you select an ad strategy that allows for enough nurturing based on your course offer and its price point. Reason number 2 why you might not be seeing sales from your Facebook ads is ineffective conversion process. And I'll add yet. It's ineffective yet in brackets. Often when we start out running ads, we don't know how well our funnel will perform, and we just have to take our chances. So you're running ads, you're collecting the data, you see that, let's say, 1,000 people have come through your funnel, you calculate the conversion rate, and then you evaluate. Is this effective? Is this profitable? Do I want to improve this, right? And most of the time there is room for improvement even if the funnel is profitable from the beginning. But many funnels are not profitable to start with, and then we have to figure out, okay, do I need to replace this 60-minute webinar with a 30-minute webinar, or maybe do I need to improve my funnel by adding real urgency and using something like a deadline funnel where people know that the offer will disappear after a certain time and they cannot just rely that the offer will be there forever. And of course, that leads most people to delay their decision and to never buy, really. So working on your funnel is something that will help your whole Facebook ad experience to be so much better and so much more profitable. By the way, comment below if you already have calculated your funnel conversion rate, meaning out of every 100 people that goes through your funnel, how many of them buy, right? So that's going to be either 5% conversion rate, 3% conversion rate. Comment it below. I'd love to know, and I'd love to talk about it with you. Reason number 3 for not making course sales with your Facebook ads. That reason is not knowing how to fix your ads and your funnel. I wish I could tell you that it's all so easy and you can just fix one thing here and one thing there and adjust your settings with your Facebook ads and you will have sales. But it doesn't work like that, right? And it's the whole ecosystem. It's not just the Facebook ads. It's not just your ad creative, right? It's not just the Facebook ads. It's your funnel. It's your offer. It's your messaging. It's even how well known you are. Because honestly, sometimes if a person is well known, they have other forms of visibility, such as PR, and then they start running ads, and their ads take off at a completely different level than somebody who's not well known. My point is, there is lots that goes into the success of your Facebook ads. And remember at the beginning I mentioned that 80% of ad campaigns fail at first? Well, what do we do with them, right? We don't just give up. We optimize them. So knowing how to optimize your ads and your funnel, how to calculate all the relevant conversion rates and what do they even need to be, knowing that is crucial. That's literally the key to success with Facebook ads, knowing what to fix and how to fix it. By the way, in my online course on Facebook ads, I do go very deeply into how to optimize your ads and how to calculate the different relevant funnel conversion rates so that you can pinpoint exactly where your funnel is leaky and what do you need to fix. So if you feel like there is room for improvement in how you're optimizing your ads and your funnel, definitely check out my course. I'll leave the link in the description of this video. Reason number 4 that online course creators are not making sales with their Facebook ads is going evergreen too fast. Very, very often I see beginner course creators saying, hey guys, I've just created a course. I've set up the evergreen funnel for it, but I've got a problem, nobody's buying. And then I typically ask a couple of questions and I realize that they've set their course on evergreen mode almost right away. And the problem here is that during the live launch mode, which is, yes, admittedly, live launches, they do take a lot of work. And it's not the passive income dream, which is so popular right now, right? Everybody talks about it. And of course, it is the goal to have a semi-passive income from your online courses. It's fantastic. However, in order to get there, we usually have to go through a few iterations and through at least a few live launches, because live launch is an amazing opportunity to get feedback directly from your audience, to test different marketing methods, to test different webinars, different webinar length, different webinar structure. And honestly, you just get better at it by doing it. Whereas if you put your course right away on the evergreen mode, and this is maybe your second webinar you've ever done, okay, maybe that's a too far-fetched example. Maybe it's your 30th webinar you've ever done, but it's the first webinar you've ever done for this particular offer. So your delivery, your reasoning, your structure of the webinar may not be as effective if you had the chance to practice it a few times, test it on the live audience, test the response, see where people are dropping off of the webinar, right? For example, that's also very important. And then after practicing a few times, you nail the winning combination, and then you turn that into an evergreen webinar, into an evergreen funnel. So if you have a brand new online course, I highly recommend not rushing to turn it into an evergreen course, but first running it live a few times and practicing and figuring out the best possible conversion process. And finally, the reason number 5 you might not be seeing course sales from your Facebook ads is not investing into audience growth. Often what I see, the situation online, is that an online course owner says, okay, I've had a course and I had a really successful launch of that course a year ago, and then I had another launch and it was also successful, and then the third launch just really tanked, and I'm not sure how to approach my fourth launch. I'm really afraid that it's also going to fail. And then what we figure out is that that person's audience hasn't grown significantly in that last year, right? In that the course of the situation that they're describing. They haven't added that many email subscribers. Their social media audience hasn't grown significantly. And so what's really happening is that that audience that they have available, they've either seen the course offer and they've bought it, or they're not interested in buying. A side note here though, sometimes if that person was only using organic methods for promotion, maybe they haven't reached all of their available audience that they could have because of algorithms, right? And algorithms on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, they don't like us including an external link in our posts or in our stories anywhere. So technically you could get out more out of the same audience if you use Facebook ads to retarget that audience, if they are available for retargeting, and present your offer to them. By the way, I do have videos on retargeting, check them out. So that's a little mini bonus tip for what you can do for your next launch to leverage your existing audience. But also before the next launch, let's utilize this kind of mistake number 5 that we're talking about, and let's invest into our audience growth, because that will allow you to put your offer in front of new people, and it also gives you more people to retarget with your Facebook ads during the launch. And those people will already be warmed up, prepared a little bit. They will know, like, and trust you because they have signed up for your freebie or whatever that might be. And I recommend investing in your audience growth by running lead generation ads. You can do it through a lead objective on Facebook, and you can create an instant form that the person will fill out on Facebook. You connect that form to your customer relationship management platform, and then they can receive emails from you, and you can also invite them, of course, to connect with you on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook group, whatever might be the case. And you can invite them both on the outro of that lead form, or of course in the follow-up emails, any follow-up communications that you will have with that person. And that's why it's my top recommended method for investing in your audience growth, because that way you can both grow your email list and your social media platforms. And I don't recommend running audience growth ads purely to boost your follower numbers or purely only to boost your video views, because those people, yes, you can retarget them, but only for a certain period of time, maybe for half a year, maybe for a year. But really, you're not, so to say, in control of that audience. If your Instagram account gets disabled, then all the followers you've accumulated there, you cannot reach them anymore, right? But if you have an email address of a person, you can reach them by sending them more emails. So before your next launch of your online course, do invest in the audience growth a couple of months ahead of time, even better if it's 4 months, or of course, the best situation is when you can run ads continually throughout the year, and it's just going to be different freebies, different courses, different offers, and so on. So these are the 5 reasons for why you might not be seeing any online course sales, even though you're running Facebook ads. What do you think? What would you add to this list? I'm really curious. Please let me know below. And now go watch my videos on Facebook ads retargeting, because that's truly where the money is on Facebook, reaching the audiences that are already warmed up and much more likely to convert.